Aquarius, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot. Happy New Year. As you might have noticed, I was not around in December very much. Basically, my entire life changed in December. And yeah, I know a lot of you get upset and I completely understand why, when I just disappear. And believe me, it's not my intention to do that. I just don't know what to say, especially when I'm going through something that, is a little bit unexpected. And, there's part of me that, every day I wake up, I say, I should make a video and kind of tell people what's going on, but I didn't know what was going on really, so, yeah, I'm probably not going to be posting as often. Not because I don't want to, but because I need to find the right balance. I need to find the right balance of my time. I am not the best of time managers. And that has definitely been an issue over the last few weeks. And so I apologize for that. But that's what I've been dealing with. And yeah, I'm ready to move forward here, ready to move forward in 2022. And we'll just see what 2022 brings. With that, we're going to start by taking a look at what 2020 was about for you, what 2021 was about for you, and what 2022 is about for you, okay? And we're going to use these oracle cards here first to take a look at that. This is 2020, this is 2021, and this is 2022, all right? So 2020, for a lot of people, was about contemplation, taking a step back, taking a look at your life, taking a look at where you wanted to go, what your reality was now, and, what your vision was for your life. And 2020 gave a lot of people some extra time to do that. Okay, so for you, what was 2020 about? Look at that, your path. So it says here, Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. So for a lot of people, 2020 was about that, right? Really figuring out what path you want to be on, right? There were a lot of people that lost their job in 2020. There were a lot of people that lost their life in 2020. There were a lot of people that, were basically put on hold. When you were put on hold in 2020, this is what you were thinking about, what you were contemplating. What is my next step? What is my true path here on this planet? You might have figured that out in 2020, okay? You might not have been able to implement that in 2020. 2021 was a year of the number 5, which was about change and chaos. 2021 probably felt that way to a lot of people. I know it felt that way to me primarily in December, okay? That's where change and chaos really caught up with me in 2021. So let's see what 2021 was about for you. Sacrifice. This could be the case for a lot of people. You might have felt like, that you ran into a lot of change and chaos and disruption, and you felt like the whole year summed up to having to make certain sacrifices in order to change, in order to see some type of vision through. What does it say? Sometimes surrender is painful. Definitely. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. So that's really interesting, okay? The word that shows up in both of these here are illusions. You have fears and illusions here. And then over here, we have illusions and obsessions. So really figuring out what your path is or was or is coming. You know, a time of contemplation in 2020 might have helped you work through some of these fears and illusions you have. You know, what is that about? That could be about anything for you, okay? It could be about how you think about yourself, how you think about your situation, how you think about your relationships. 2020 was definitely a time to remove some fears and illusions that you have created. It's not what the world has done to you, but what you are doing to yourself, okay? And then comes sacrifice. What is the sacrifice for ultimately? It's ultimately for love in some way. Doesn't have to be a relationship. It might be for some of you for sure. But what is it that you have sacrificed in 2021? There's something. There's definitely something. You might have sacrificed your health, your well-being. You might have sacrificed relationships. You might have sacrificed a job. Okay? I know I did. I know a lot of people that did. All right? So 2021 for you, you know, the change in chaos was about sacrifice. It's sacrifice for love, though. It could be a loving relationship. It could be what you love to do, where you love to be. Okay? Maybe you weren't able to be where you loved being. Maybe you love your teacher and you love being in the school face to face with your kids. And maybe you weren't able to do that as much. Maybe you love being an artist and you had to work extra hours and that kept you from, putting the time and energy into your artwork. Or you love writing and you couldn't figure out how to do that and make money at the same time. Whatever it is. And then finally we get to 2022. So 2020 is the year number 4. When you break down 2020, it adds up to the number 4, which is about contemplation. A lot of people, again, had time to contemplate that year. 2021 is the year number 5, which is about change and chaos. So you might have felt that 2021 brought a lot of change and chaos. We certainly saw that within the world. Okay, so it won't be surprising if you experience that yourself as well. I know I did. And then 2020 ultimately is a year of number 6, which is about choices around love. Choices around who you love, what you love, why you love, how you love, where you love to be. All right, so let's see what we have for 2020 for you. Awakening. Oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. So 2022 for you is about awakening in some way, maybe in a spiritual way. How do you connect this awakening to doing or being with who you love? What is this awakening about for you in 2022? All right, so let's see. So I'm using this beautiful deck. It's called the Native Spirit Tarot. It's an absolutely stunning deck, okay? You can absolutely find it on Amazon. It's by Max Mittenkoff. The creator did send me this deck. I don't regularly promote certain decks, but this one I feel is very special. I am not making anything off this, okay? I'm not making any money off of this. And even if I was, that wouldn't be a bad thing, but I'm not. It's just a beautiful deck, and, you know, I happen to love the Native American spirit. I do have a couple of decks around that energy, and I find this particular deck, the darker the card, the darker the energy, the lighter the card, or the more colorful the card, the higher the vibration, or the lighter the energy. All right, so let's take a look here. This card, this first card, represents for you what is important around love for you in 2020. The second card represents who is important when it comes to love. The third card represents why love in some way is important for you in 2022. This card here, the fourth card, represents how you should possibly implement love in your life. And then finally, we're going to look at when. When is most important this year for love for you? All right? All right, so let's look at what. All right, so we've got, look at this, we've got the Three of Pentacles. Just look at how simple and beautiful the images are on these cards. I'm just kind of blown away by these cards. I just think they're beautiful. So we've got the Three of Pentacles here. So when it comes to what is important around love, it's about not pushing people away. It's about pulling people into your circle, coming together, realizing that whatever you can do alone, you can do better when you surround yourself with people in your particular tribe. Okay? You know, and that, again, that can apply to work, that can apply to relationships, that can apply to anything in your life. When it comes to love, it's about allowing people to come in and help, support you. You know, it's about taking yourself out of your head and, you know, allowing conversations and collaborations to happen in order to get you what it is that you want when it comes to love. Now, this could be multiple people, it could be one person, but it's about coming together. So if you have resisted working in groups, if you have resisted coming together with one particular person, it's about making that happen. If there's a particular person that you love, that's what this is about. If it's about a job that you love or an activity that you love, it's about bringing people in to make it better than if you were going it alone. All right. I feel like this is about awakening to the fact that, you know, this could just be asking Source or the universe to come in and help support what you love. It's about asking. It's about asking for help, support. It's about asking to meet with people or meet with a particular person. That's what 2022 is about for you in some way. So let's take a look. Actually, let's hold off on that one. Let's take a look at why. Why is this important in 2022 when it comes to love? We've got King of Pentacles. Okay, so what that's telling me is that this is about when you allow others to support and help you, it props you up. King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. It helps you get to the point where you have more to give. You have more to give when you allow others to support and help you. if this is about one particular person, I feel like when you allow that person to come in, and you might be saying, well, that person is resisting. Well, maybe it's not the right person. Maybe it's not the right person. Maybe the last 2 years have been preparing you for something else. Maybe you are in a different vibration than the person that you might have been with in 2020. Okay? But I feel like it puts whoever this is, or whoever this group of people is, or whoever this whoever these people are that are around you, it brings you into a King of Pentacles energy that allows you to give the best of yourself. It allows you to ultimately find some real happiness within yourself, within your own abundance, believing in your own abundance, in what you have and what you can build for yourself, but also realizing that you might need some help. You might need some support, realizing that that is perfectly okay. But I feel like 2020 or 2022 sets you up for not only receiving a certain level of abundance, but it also sets you up to be able to give back to others in a loving way. All right? So that's why. Let's look at how. All right, so we have Knight of Coins, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. All right, so, you certainly could be dealing with an earth sign here. We've got Taurus, we've got Virgo. All right, so the how is interesting. We've got a lot of earth energy here for you, Aquarius. So this is very... love for you is going to be grounding. So in other words, getting you out of your head. All right. So 2022 is about grounding. It's also being Knight of Coins here, very methodical, and where you might normally be a little more spontaneous, in how you go about life. I feel like some type of awakening that you've had is allowing you to realize that it's okay to plan things out or have a plan. Have a plan and move methodically, paying attention to the details that maybe you haven't paid attention to in the past. If it's around a particular person, especially if you're dealing with an earth sign, okay, details tend to be important to earth signs. Spontaneity, not their strong suit, right? So this person, whoever it is, or these people that are around you, or this company or project or whatever it is that you have going on in 2022, is, I feel like, fundamentally grounding you in a really good way, because I feel like it brings in people that support your weaknesses, and you support whoever it is, you support this person's weaknesses with your strengths. Their strengths and your strengths balance, and your weaknesses and this person's weaknesses or this group's weaknesses balance. Okay, air and earth, it feels like for me here. Let's take a look at when. We've got, all right, so we've got the 5 of arrows, which is the 5 of swords. So we're looking at 5 for you. So that's, let's see, that's 5 days, 5 weeks, or the 5th month of the year is significant for you. The 5th month of the year is what? May. May is a significant year when it comes to doing what you love, being where you love, being with a particular person that you love, May is going to be a big year. You know, Five of Swords, this might come together in an unexpected way through some type of conflict, okay? This might tie back to whatever it is that you sacrificed in 2021, okay? It's like your sacrifices, I feel like, are coming back around to show themselves and prove to you that these sacrifices were worth it. Something that you fought for or something that you gave up, I feel like is coming back around in a big way. This is, I feel like May is a big month for you, and it's about, this is where you see, where you reap the reward of what you sacrificed in 2021. All right, so let's take a look at who. All right, so we have, we're not doing reversals in this particular reading. So we have the Knight of Arrows, which is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is you, Aquarius. Knight of Swords is Aquarius. So this is about, ultimately, you know, you could again be dealing with an earth sign, but I feel like this is ultimately about, this experience in 2022 is going to be about loving yourself first, realizing that when you achieve that, it's like you realize that you require something different from relationships. You know, when you're able to put yourself first, when you're able to love yourself in a way that doesn't require other people's validation of you. Okay? It's a beautiful energy. I want to, let's clarify the Knight of Arrows, Knight of Swords. And yeah, let's do that first. All right, so we've got Page of Arrows, which is Page of Swords. Page of Swords, and what else? All right, we have 10 of Wands. Okay, so this Knight of Swords, right, which is you. And Knights are about movement, okay? So when we find that true love within ourselves, where we don't need that validation from other people, I feel like that frees you of a lot of the burdens and sacrifices that you have made. You realize that the sacrifices that you've made have really been about you and about loving you. Your path, right? It's not about anybody else's path. It's about your path, all right? You know, it's about you and Source, you and the universe, figuring this out, aligning to what it is that you're meant to be doing, who you're meant to love, who you're meant to, or what you are meant to do when it comes to loving what you do, loving who you are, loving who you're with, okay? That's what 2022 is about. And for a lot of people, 2022, there's going to be a lot of people awakening in 2022. But not before they find self-love. The awakening can be about self-love, and in this case, I feel like for you, that's what it's about. I don't feel like it's about anybody else. For some of you, you could be looking at that you might be dealing with an earth sign. This Three of Pentacles here, you know, can be about you. Could be another person, you, another person, and the universe. Or this could just be about you coming together with your higher self, aligning with your higher self and the universe. It's going to be different for some of you. Let's see, if you're dealing, we'll take a look at the King of Coins, which is Taurus, and the Knight of Coins, which is Virgo. So if you're dealing with a Taurus, all right, look at that. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Coins. So we've got the King and Queen of Pentacles here. So that's Capricorn and Taurus. For a lot of you, you are definitely dealing with an earth sign, and whoever this person is, they are going to ground you in some way. All right. And because your awakening is about finding self-love, all right, this could be a very powerful match for you. Anytime the King and Queen of a certain element shows up, it talks about a particular soul connection. All right. And for you, this is a soul connection. This might be a pairing that is supposed to happen in the physical world, right? We're talking about coins, pentacles. So this is a soul connection that feels like it's meant to come together in the physical world, possibly in the 5th month, which is May. All right, so it's meant to be, it's not meant to come together overnight, okay? The Knight of Coins or the Knight of Pentacles or this Virgo energy is about taking your time, losing a little bit of your spontaneity maybe, and, you know, allowing yourself to enjoy the journey, to take a look at what's around you, what's happening around you, how you're growing on this journey. But ultimately, you know, it's about a very grounding relationship. This person gets you out of your head, or this situation, or whatever it is, you know, that really grounds you, really gets you out of your head. Because you're either working with certain people that bring you down to earth, you're working on a certain project that brings you down to earth, or you're bringing in some type of soul connection that brings you more down to earth and gets you out of your head. All right. Let's look at this Knight of Coins. Look at that. We have the Two of Cups. So Two of Cups is a mutual connection, an emotional, loving connection. It could be that you are connecting with your higher self and finding a certain self-love. And I feel like for some of you, it's this soul connection that is meant to take place on this planet at this time in 2022. This could be an important person, and it could be a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo for you, okay? But it's definitely Earth energy is important for you in 2022 when it comes to love. It's about grounded love, okay? So it's not about, right? It's not about fears and illusions. All of that happens in your head, right? It's not about obsessions and addictions, okay? Both of those obsessions can happen in your head. Addictions, of course, you know, are something that don't involve necessarily other people. It's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice to love. So for you as an air sign, you know, you have a natural tendency to spend a lot of your time in your head. And it's a sacrifice, I feel like, a little bit to give that up. That might be your safe place for a lot of you. It might feel normal for you to focus on fears and what you might consider illusions or obsessions or addictions. But when you find grounded love, whether it's what you're doing in life, who you're with, or mainly for you about finding bringing yourself back down to earth, getting yourself out of your head, finding that self-love. It brings in something really big, and it feels different to you. It feels different. It feels good. That's how you know it's right. There's the absence of this. There's the absence of chaos around these people. There's an absence of chaos in a relationship. It just feels right. It feels good. Okay? Which is beautiful. All right, so let's look at these whoops. We're just going to pull 3 oracle cards to end the reading. There might be numbers here that mean something specifically for you or for 2022 for you. Let's see, what do we have? All right, so we have pride. I feel like pride is something that could get in your way, okay? It could get in your way of, a very grounded, mutual soul connection. So pride, I feel like, is potentially a roadblock for you. And then we have 37, we have time out. Okay, so one thing that stands out to me here is both of these cards are number 10 cards. So you have a hard time transitioning out of, I feel like, out of this, out of 2020, out of 2021. Contemplation, which is definitely your energy, okay? Being in your head. You have a hard time getting out of your head. You might be prideful about something. You might have a hard time getting out of your head. You might be the one that calls a timeout and puts a stop to progress with something that feels good. You might not even know why you do this, okay? But it's because you're comfortable in that energy of contemplation, getting ready to get ready. Even when you see something is potentially beautiful and working out for you, okay? It's like, whoa, this doesn't feel like what I'm used to. So let's just put a hold on this. Let's pause it, okay? This is the universe saying you're ready with these 2 10s here. You're ready for the next cycle. You're ready for 2022 and what is coming towards you. But you might hold it up. What else do we have? Manifestation. So 8s are about manifestation and, whatever it is that you spend your time thinking about is what you're going to manifest. I feel like 2022 is about manifestation, grounding, bringing you back down to earth and being able to enjoy your manifestations. What you've been contemplating, what you've been sacrificing for wants to find you in 2022. Okay? And 2022 is about love. Who you love, what you love, why you love, where you love, and how you love. Okay? But I feel like you get caught up a little bit in the how. Okay? That's the how is right here. So that's why the Knight of Coins is there. That's why the Knight of Pentacles is there. Actually writing down what it is that you want to see happen, what you want to manifest, I feel like it's very important because it would allow you to bring it out and look at it on a regular basis or read it or say it out loud. I feel like is really important. That's very grounding. That's physical. That's Pentacles, right? You can see it, feel it, taste it, touch it. It's important for you to be within your senses for 2022. That's how what you love, who you love, why you love, that's how love finds you. And it starts with you too, right? It starts with you know, releasing the burdens of what you have sacrificed in 2021, realizing there was a reason that you sacrificed, and it's because you're awakening to a different way, a new way of loving yourself, of other people, of what you do. It's beautiful. And you are the only one that's going to hold this up. Not anybody else, because you're manifesting ultimately what it is you want, but you're also holding it up, or you have the potential to hold it up. You resist getting out of your head a little bit. Okay? All right, Aquarius, that's what I have for you. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking for a deeper reading, certainly reach out to me. If not, no worries. I hope you have a fantastic January. I'm thinking that, you know, every 2 weeks is probably going to be what I'm looking at for general readings until I get some things figured out for my life. Yeah, you know, I've been doing this for 3 years, and, you know, I feel like, I don't know, I love doing readings, but I also need the time to do them. So I'm figuring that out. Hopefully you'll stay along for the ride with me. And if not, I completely understand. And, you know, I wish you well. But I wish you lots of love in 2022. And, you know, I feel like it's going to be a big year for the world. It's going to be a big year for everybody, but in different ways. All right. All right, Aquarius, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you next time. All right, bye.